Come on, Sava. We're going to cook a leg of lamb today. It's boneless. Got it at Costco's. When I was growing up, we lived on a cattle ranch or a cattle farm, and we had a lot of cattle, and that's what we ate mostly. And then we used to go to the mud races at my uncle's house, and he raised lamb. So we would eat like a whole barbecued lamb that day. So my daddy really started loving that. So we started bringing in some lamb, and so we had lamb quite often, barbecued lamb. So that became my favorite meat is lamb. So I'm going to cook barbecued lamb, and I'm going to stuff it with garlic and jalapenos, and I'm going to put it on the smoker at 180 degrees for an hour. And I'm going to pick it up to 250 until it gets to 130 degrees internal temperature. And then I'm going to pull it off, bring my smoker to 500 degrees, and I'm going to sear it real good before I pull it, which will finish cooking it the rest of the way. And I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Hang tight. So what I did was it came wrapped in this. I went ahead and unwrapped it, and you could see where the bone was at. They cut up the meat pretty good, but I trimmed off the fat that I wanted to get off, and then I'm going to stuff it with all of these garlics and all of this jalapenos. So I'm just going to make a little hole like that, stick that whole jalapeno in there. That whole garlic, and then this whole jalapeno. Go to another spot. Stuff it right here. The flavor that comes from this is outstanding, y'all. Stick my finger in there just to open it up real good. Get that garlic in there and the jalapeno. Right there. There we go. Turn it around a little bit. Stick that in there. If you've never stuffed pork or lamb with jalapenos and garlic, you're missing out. You are missing out, man. I can't tell y'all the flavor that comes from this. It's natural, and you don't have to inject it. This is better than injection, I can promise you that. Right there. And I basically got it all over in the meat that needs to be. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use mustard as my binder, and then I'm going to get some mustard on it. Now you got to make sure you're getting the only good thing about it being chopped up like this, you can get the inside of it, and it gives it more seasoning. So I'm going to use my black pepper, salt, and garlic mixture. And I'm going to pat that in. And then I'm going to use Heath Riles Sweet Barbecue Rub. And I'm going to be generous with it. Get the sides of it real good. Pat that in. All right. And I'm going to use Heath Riles Cherry Rub. Going to give it a nice flavor and a good look to it. All right, we're gonna turn it over and do the same thing. So we get our binder on there. You can do a lot more other stuff to this lamb to make it even better, but I found that this way works really good and it tastes just so good. Get that all patted in. We're gonna go with the sweet barbecue first. Get that all patted down. Going with the cherry rub now. Gonna put a nice crust on the outside, make some pretty bark. All right, so I'm gonna take it and just rub all of this stuff in there. Just get it all nice and happy. Happy, man. All about flavor. There you go, guys. So I'm gonna start up my smoker and we're gonna put it on in about an hour. I'm gonna let this rest and get to room temperature. All right, so you can see what they look like after sitting an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and get it on my smoker. Just like this. I'm gonna let it go for 1 hour and then I'm gonna put a probe in it so I can check the temperature and I'll show you what we do there. Smoking for 1 hour. We're gonna go ahead and put the probes in it. Let's take a look at it. Ooh, that looks good. Smells good, y'all. Get that probe in there. That's a big chunk of meat right there. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 probes in. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check the temperature and I'm probably gonna kick it up to 250 degrees, but I want to see what the temperature is first. Right. I show 130 degrees on my probe V, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a okay, 130 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it and then bring up my temperature on the grill to 500 degrees. So I have it off the grill while I am bringing the temperature up on my pit. I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with, I can't believe it's not butter, on the outside. I'm gonna go ahead and reverse sear it on this side. You'll see what that looks like. All right, so it's 500 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and put it back on and sear it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put oil on my grates. And then put my leg of lamb on there with that meat side down. There we go. I'm gonna let that go for 4 minutes. All right, so that's 4 minutes. I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna turn it at an angle. Go 4 more minutes. Well, I seared it 4 minutes and then I turned it another 4 minutes and then I pulled it. This is what it looks like. Beautiful, beautiful piece of meat. We're gonna cut it open after it rests for about 15 minutes. Look at all the juice. It's been 15 minutes. I'm waiting for some rice to cook. I'm gonna let it go another 10 minutes. But look at all the juice, y'all. It's gonna be so good. All right, so it's been about 25 minutes I mean, it looks and smells so good. Let's go ahead and cut this open, see what it looks like. Oh my God, that is gorgeous. Perfect. Nice medium. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna cut me a piece. And you can see the wonderful garlic we have in there. I'm gonna give it a shot. All right. This is gorgeous. I love lamb. Lamb's one of my favorite meats. I'm gonna give it a shot. Here we go. Oh gosh, that's good. Yes. Ça c'est bon way. Thank y'all for watching, man. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel and set the alarm on it. You'll get notifications when I do put in new cooks. Thank y'all again, and I hope you have a blessed day.